she was pregnant and she was going to be induced that day, and you decided to put your hands on her. I don't understand how is she getting in your head that you would be hitting a pregnant woman who's about to deliver your child. And she had bruising and swelling to the eye, along with busted vessels in her eye. That's what you did. I used to do CPS cases, and parents would tell me I will walk through fire for my children.
Yes, ma'am.
They would say that because they knew nobody had a fire for them to walk through. Court is finding you guilty. Sentence you to...
We have a very serious and intense court hearing today, guys. The defendant is here because he was found guilty of abusing and beating his pregnant girlfriend to death. The judge really gets into him and gives him a very harsh sentence at the end. Please leave your thoughts about this hearing in the comments section. And if you like and subscribe to this kind of content, let's get started.
Did you understand you're charged with assault of a pregnant person? That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. I'm looking at this plea bargain agreement, and there's to be no harmful or injurious contact with Stephanie Ortiz.
That's her by her request, Judge.
I'm not following. I'm not going to follow that.
Even though that's her request.
No, I mean, no, even though it's a request, according to what I'm about to receive, he is a person who is hitting on, not in a loving manner, a pregnant person. I mean, was she pregnant at the time?
Yes, Your Honor.
So if, you know.
She's requesting, and I'm sorry, Judge, may I speak?
Sure.
She's requesting it for her convenience. They've been doing custody exchanges for the last almost a year through a third-party person, and it's her request. She reached out to me, filled out an affidavit of non-prosecution, and requested that. So
I'm not following that. So if you all want to withdraw your plea now, you can, but I am not doing a no harmful or injurious contact for somebody who's accused, and I haven't read the steps yet, who's accused of hitting a pregnant person.
that's fine, Judge. They're no longer in a relationship. The only relationship is for the benefit of their children. He has no interest in communicating with her beyond that.
All right, so I'm not going to follow that. So y'all have a choice. Either you can go to jury trial, or either you all can change that part of your plea bargain agreement.
We're proceeding with the no contact, Judge.
All right, if you all want to change that. The court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
We are, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, we would just request that you follow the agreement between the state and defense. Mr. Casillas is wanting to move forward in a direction that's appropriate for his children. He understands what went wrong, and he wants to take full responsibility for that. And he has had no issues since the arrest on this date, and they have been successfully co-parenting since that time. There was a CPS case, Judge, that was closed out for no finding.
All right, how old are you?
21, Your Honor.
How many children do you have?
2, Your Honor.
What are their ages?
1 year and 6 months.
1 year and what?
1 year and 6 months.
Are you employed?
Yes, Your Honor.
What do you do?
I work at Amazon at facility warehouse.
All right, so why do you keep hitting on Stephanie Ortiz? At one point, I'm assuming you loved her because you have children with her.
Yes, Your Honor.
So why do you keep hitting on her?
It was just me not being in the right state of mind, me letting my feelings get to myself and not just thinking right and thinking straight.
That makes no sense to me.
Your Honor, it was just my fault. I let my feelings get to myself and let her get in my head and
Let what?
let her get in my head, and I just reacted in a wrongful way.
No, but I mean, you're up here hitting someone. Honestly, I don't even know why I should follow this plea, but your attorney is telling me that she's filed a affidavit of non-prosecution. But according to this, she was pregnant and she was going to be induced that day, and you decided to put your hands on her. I don't understand how is she getting in your head that you would be hitting a pregnant woman who's about to deliver your child.
No, Your Honor, what that day was in the day we were supposed to get induced. But I believe the hitting was before that. So it was just the marks that had came about.
But you still hit her while she was pregnant, and she was close to her due date.
This guy really has the gall to correct the judge without expressing any regret for what he did. For example, rather than being modest and acknowledging that he regrets beating his girlfriend, he chooses to claim that she wasn't even close to him because of dat. Are you serious, bro? You're actually in court for abuse, and you're concerned about when the pregnancy will occur. What do you guys think, though? Is he completely confused, or does he somehow believe he's in the right here? This guy has some real nerve, and to be honest, I just feel like he's a nuisance of a person. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section before we get back into this. But I genuinely believe that this guy feels that he was okay with doing this.
Not that it's appropriate to hit anyone anyway,
No, it's not, Your Honor.
but obviously she was pregnant. And what she's saying in this documentation, I want you to tell you the reason why I'm saying no contact,
Yes, Your Honor.
because what she's saying in this police report is this is not the first time that you've been abusive to her. And the police took photos and she had bruising and swelling to the eye along with busted vessels in her eye. That's what you did. So the two children you have, is this a boy and a girl, or two boys or two girls?
Girl, anyway.
All right. So what's your daughter's name? Sarabella.
She's a year and 7 months.
All right. So she's a year and 7 months. I guarantee you she knows that you've been abusive to her mom. Do you love your daughter
I love her with all my heart.
with all your heart? Would you do anything for her?
I would, Your Honor.
I used to do CPS cases and parents would tell me I will walk through fire for my children.
Yes, Your Honor.
They would say that because they knew nobody had a fire for them to walk through.
Mhm.
But I believe you when you say you love your daughter.
Yes, Your Honor.
So how would you feel if your daughter became of age and she ends up with somebody like you who hits on her? Would you be okay with that?
I'll be very upset, Your Honor.
And so your daughter is learning what it means to show love is to hit on people, and might makes right.
Your Honor, that's
You're going to have to change your ways.
yes,
You are not to have any contact with Stephanie Ortiz. And anybody else you get into a relationship yet, don't let them meet your publicist. Let them meet you and tell them, hey, want to let you know I had this abusive acts in my background,
yes, Your Honor.
because then they can make an informed decision about whether or not they want to date you. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to 6 years deferred adjudication.
I understand that probation is a thing and all, but for something as serious as beating your pregnant girlfriend, come on, that's like giving someone a slap on the face. I genuinely believe that this guy should spend a year or two in prison to get his act together. Hitting a girl is bad enough, but hitting a pregnant woman who is carrying your own child is just pure evil. Do you guys think probation is enough, or should he face some real time? Let's go back in behind bars.
There's to be no contact with Stephanie Ortiz. There's to be the BIPP course, parenting classes. That can be with rainbows. There's to be 200 hours of community service restitution. That will be waived once he completes parenting classes. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular UAs. If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Positive, Your Honor.
And what are you going to be positive for?
I mean, no, negative, Your Honor.
Negative? Okay. So you haven't used anything.
No,
I think Amazon drug tests, do
yes,
they
yes,
not?
yes, I'm done, yes, ma'am.
All right, there's to be regular UAs. I'm going to want field visits one time every 3 months. Proof of employment within 15 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. Probation, is there anything else he needs?
You already did mention the regular friends.
Yes. All right, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
That, in my opinion, was a complete failure on the part of the judge. I hope this young criminal doesn't do anything wrong again, but I'm holding my breath. However, this next court hearing is on a completely different level. A 17-year-old child could be sentenced to 99 years in prison if found guilty. Yes, you heard that right. For aggravated robbery. What were you guys doing at 17? Certainly not facing life in prison. Let's see how the judge handles this juvenile offender. The next voice. I understand that times are difficult, but stealing is not the solution. He could have put in some work, perhaps learning to trade or getting a part-time job. Do you guys feel sorry for this kid? I mean, he's only 17, so he's still young. But does that really excuse what he did? Sure, he has his entire life ahead of him, but some people can't get behind 10 years in prison for a crime like this, but I think he certainly deserves that sentence. Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. Let's resume this discussion and observe how we respond to his sentencing.
Did you understand in each cause number, you're charged with the offense of aggravated robbery? That's a first-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 5 to 99 years or life in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand? After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments in each cause number, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge, but ask to waive PSI.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Just ask you follow the plea bargain here.
All right. And the cause number ending in 2528, the court will find you guilty, sentence you to 5 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. This will run concurrent with 2023 CR 2529. Taking consideration 2023 CR 2621, 2527, 699, 185, and 184. There's to be restitution, if any, to Isaac Cervantes, Cameron Carroll, Kyle Sutherland, and Stephanie Lefevre, and also no contact with any of those parties. And then in cause number ending in 2529, court is finding you guilty, sentence you to 5 years in the prison.
Even though I don't know what I do personally, I probably wouldn't have committed this crime in the first place, but who am I to say that? Do you guys think that 10 years is a fair sentence for this guy's crime? This kid is a man of few words. I suppose he just took the 10 years and walked straight to his cell without even batting an eye. He was actually staring at 99 years, so 10 years seems like a fair compromise. Aggravated robbery is a serious offense, and although if Judge Boyd typically gives people a shot and shows some leniency, this crime is no small thing. Actually, Judge Boyd usually gives out probation and other things. I'm not sure if I've ever seen someone get probation for aggravated robbery. You guys can correct me in the comments section below, but I've never seen that. I believe it's mandatory prison, but please let me know if you think 10 years is excessive or appropriate. In any case, I'd always enjoy hearing what you guys have to say. I appreciate you all watching, and if you like this video, please remember to like and subscribe for more likes. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.